All right, doing a tiny little bit of lecture on Chapter 6, Introduction to what's that word? Stoichiometry. Stoichiometry? Stoichiometry. If you've taken chemistry or if you've been around people who've taken chemistry before, there's a chance that you've heard about stoichiometry. When I was in high school, people talked about stoichiometry like it was the most evil thing that they had ever experienced in their lifetime, and they couldn't imagine that they were encountering it in class. I don't think it's really that scary, personally. The way that we're going to start to talk about stoichiometry, sorry if you're hungry, is BLTs. So let's say that we want to make sandwiches, some bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. We are going to need some ingredients. The relationship between how many of each ingredient and product that we get out, that is stoichiometry. That's all stoichiometry is. It's a numerical relationship between our chemicals. That's all stoichiometry is. How many things of one thing do you put in to how many things do you get out? How many of your two reactants do you put in? How many of each do you need to get them to get used up? We're going to be using these a lot. You'll use these for the rest of the course. So stoichiometry is a big, important topic. So like stoichiometry, a recipe gives a numerical relationship between our ingredients, our reactants, the things that we put in, and the number of things that we get out, which used to be pancakes, and it is no longer pancakes, and I still have not caught that, gone back and edited it. So BLTs is our product. And this might be one way that you would make a BLT. You might take 4 slices of bacon, 4 strips of bacon, a piece of lettuce, 2 slices of tomato, 2 pieces of bread, and bam, you've got a BLT. These took me way too, I spent hours on making these images from openly available open source images. So WBLT. If we've got 4 slices of tomato and we just have an excess of bacon, we've got an excess of lettuce, we've got an excess of bread, unlimited lettuce, unlimited bacon, but only 4 slices of tomatoes, we can make 2 BLTs. The way that we know that is we've got a ratio between slices of tomato and BLTs. We have 4 slices of tomato. If it takes 2 slices of tomato for each BLT, we're using up our first 2 slices of tomato to make 1 BLT. We're using up our second 2 slices of tomato to make the second BLT. So 2 BLTs. We can write it as a relationship. So if we take the numbers in front of our ingredients and in front of our BLT at the end, 2 tomato turns into 1 BLT. Those are the 2 things that we care about because, again, we've got unlimited bacon. Awesome. We've got unlimited lettuce. We've got unlimited bread. Presumably because we've got unlimited bread. The other type. So 2 slices of tomato turns into 1 BLT. We've got 4 slices of tomato to start with. If 2 tomato in equals 1 BLT out, that is a conversion factor. So we put 2 tomatoes in, we get 1 BLT out, 2 BLTs. So all we're doing, we're pulling the 2 things that we care about, the tomato, the BLT, we pull those out, we say the tomato is going to turn into the BLT, those are equal, we can use those to convert. We turn this into a conversion factor, the one we have goes on the bottom, the one we're going to goes on the top. And we can calculate our BLTs. Yeah, that's how we cancel out the units of tomato in this case. In future stuff, we're going to be canceling out chemicals. This is the way that we cancel out chemicals. So what if we have 8 slices of tomato? Okay, so if we've got 8 slices of tomato, assuming we have enough of everything else because of our unlimited bread, How many BLTs can we make? Well, it's 2 slices of tomato to 1 BLT. Those are the 2 things we care about. 2 slices tomato equals 1 BLT. Obviously, there's some steps. We have to put it together. You know, there's some stuff going on there. But assuming that all of that goes to plan, our 8 slices of tomato that we started with, we get 1 BLT out for every 2 slices of tomato. The slices of tomato cancel. 8 divided by 2, we could make 4 BLTs. Is this confusing to anyone? So we're just taking the 2 things that we care about. It's not always going to be one of our products. Sometimes it'll be 2 reactants, sometimes it'll be 2 products. Just the 2 things that we care about. Our recipe here is like our balanced chemical equation. Underline the 2 things you care about, set those equal to each other. That's our conversion factor that converts us from slices of tomato to BLTs. We'll stop there for now.